Hello there. My name is Murray. I'm with my co-host Corey,
Hello.
and we are the Real Guys. And this is Siren Radio, and this is the Real Show with two E's. The music you just heard was the late great Chris Cornell with "You Know My Name" from Casino Royale, all the way back in 2006. Now, you know a special fact about that, Corey. When
Go on.
first commissioned to make that song for Casino Royale, Chris Cornell discovered that it's hard to actually work in the words Casino Royale into a song. So he figured that he could base the song around the concept that despite being a secret agent, everyone knows the name of James Bond.
That's fair enough. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. We've got a packed show for you today, a very special broadcast. But firstly, we've had a little bit of feedback from last week's inaugural broadcast. So I'm going to start with an apology for saying the wrong name when describing the cast of Alita Battle Angel last week. Marshala Ali, I'm very sorry. I accidentally confused you with Mustafa Ali, the professional wrestler. Both of you are great guys. You have the same last name and look nothing alike. And yet my dumb posterior believed you were the same person. Slip of the tongue, I'm afraid. I'm very shocked. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, Marshala Ali. I've let you down. You were great in House of Cards, by the way. I don't think he listens to this.
Probably not.
No. While we're on the subject and regarding content of this episode, I did also accidentally say Bond 35 and 36 instead of Bond 25 and 26. I'm also sorry to James Bond. Please don't beat me up in a black and white bathroom and drown me in a sink. I don't think James Bond listens to this either.
No. Surprisingly, I don't think he does either.
No, I don't think he does either. But today, from the music you've just heard, this will be a 2-week special all about one of Britain's greatest icons. Now, when you think of Britain's greatest icons, Corey, who do you think of?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. You think of Doctor Who, the Queen, Bradley Walsh, Charlie Chaplin, Ainsley Harriott, William Shakespeare, the PG Tips monkey, or that woman that eats the flake.
All the greats.
All the greats. But no, we're not talking about any of them today. Today we're talking about 007.
Yes.
James Bond. The name's Bond. James Bond. Especially this week, we'll be discussing the modern take on Bond throughout Daniel Craig's run. Next week, we'll take a more classic approach to James Bond, discussing Connery, Moore, Dalton, all the rest. All your favourites. And the people who like George Lazenby. So, as always, I'm accompanied by my co-host, Corey. How are you doing? How are you doing today, Corey?
Very well.
Very well. Good. What have we got planned for today's broadcast?
We're going to start off with some normal talk about the new film that's coming out 2021, I believe, or the 2022?
Yes, now? March 2021.
2021, cool. And then speak about for a bit our expectations, what we think, that sort of thing. And then in the second half, we are basically making our dream Bond 26 film.
Yes, we're doing
new, whole new cast, whole new Bond, everything.
Yes, we're going to recast Bond 26 because we all know that Daniel Craig's on his way out after No Time to Die. Whether it's his time to die or not, we don't know because there's no time to die. But whether that is his time or not, we don't know. But we assume Daniel Craig's on his way out. Bond 25, Bond 26, whole new Bond, whole new look. We're going to be casting it for our picks, for the cast, for the director, for the writer, and for the creator of the theme, the artist of the theme.
A whole shebang.
And there has been some great themes, isn't there? Even back in 2006 with Chris Cornell and Adele with Skyfall. And Billie Eilish's most recent one with No Time to Die, Indeed.
Yeah. Very good stuff.
Yeah, very good stuff. And Sam Smith's with Writing on the Wall, I believe it's called, for Spectre, and the one that followed with Quantum of Solace. I don't know who did that theme.
To be honest, I think that's one of my favourite things about Bond is the themes.
Yeah, the music. There's no film like it that has such a theme. Don't you think? That's every time you step into a Bond film, what you're expecting is classic Bond action, a very suave, action-packed Bond, a cool villain, what you want, and you want that awesome theme. But themes can vary. It depends on the artist.
Yeah,
and also the content of the film. But let's take it back all the way to 2006 with Casino Royale. Now, when Daniel Craig was first announced following Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a little bit of backlash from the media at seeing Daniel Craig because he's blonde, he's he's a bit short, you
Yeah.
know. And also, it didn't really fill people with confidence when it was when stories came from the production that he'd, chipped a tooth during his first fight scene and only knew how to drive an automatic car.
Yeah.
But didn't everyone shut up after Casino Royale came out?
Oh yeah.
Everyone was silenced.
Yeah. He is. He's up there in terms
He's
of
up there,
Bond.
yeah.
He is up there.
For many people, he's their definitive James Bond.
I think for me, he probably would be.
Yeah, for many people, he was the definitive James Bond. I mean, before Casino Royale, he'd been in a few things. He'd been in that film Munich in 2005.
Yeah.
He was in Infamous 2006. He was in Layer Cake, which was pretty successful. But when he was cast as James Bond, there was a bit of hesitance from the media, from people. But then when they saw Casino Royale, then they knew. Then they knew that he was real, that he could be Bond.
Yeah, it made sense.
And it was a new take. It was Gone was the laser on the table and the 2,000 missiles into space. This was gritty.
Yeah.
This was a new modern Bond. Now I've seen Casino Royale. Many
I've
times.
seen clips of it.
You've seen clips of it. You've never seen it from start to finish.
I have not.
No. Well, no. I'll tell you a bit about it. It was sort of the reboot, a bit of a soft reboot of James Bond.
Yeah.
Until then it had been, a very wacky, especially in Brosnan's day.
Yeah.
There's that bit in Die Another Day where he's surfing on he's air surfing on a big wave. And he's driving in an invisible car and fighting a man with diamonds in his face, I believe.
Yeah.
But still, Casino Royale was really a rebirth almost for the James Bond franchise, and it reinvented certain aspects. It kept Judi Dench's M. I've noticed Judi Dench has followed us from last episode to this one.
Yes.
She'll be a feature. I don't think she listens to this either. She might do. Hello, Dame Judi Dench. If you're listening.
She does. Get in contact, please.
Yeah, please get in contact. Please email us. We'd be happy to have you on the show sometime, Judy. Can I call you that? No, I don't think I can. Dame Judy.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a reinvention. It brought new things in. It brought in a very feisty Bond girl, which was Vesper Lynn, played by Eva Green, who's actually French, and I didn't know that when I watched the film. I thought she was British. But no, she's French. And Mads Mikkelsen as the villain. And I love Mads Mikkelsen. He's amazing. I'm on the Mads train. I'm a huge fan of Hannibal and of Mads himself and his brother, who people might know from Sherlock. So
yeah,
I'm a big Mikkelhead. I'm a fan of the Mikkelsen brothers.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, even though he's killed about 3/4 of the way to the movie. Spoilers.
Yeah.
I think he served his purpose definitely as that villain. And there's that very infamous scene where he straps Bond to a table and whips his testicles with a rope. Which really showed people that this is a different Bond.
Yes.
How do old villains torture Bond? They laser him or use some kind of mind probing device. Le Chiffre, Mads Mikkelsen, ties him to a chair, whips his nuts with a rope.
Yeah.
which is one way to do it. Not all those. There's so many elaborate tortures. It's just so simple. Just whip his nuts with a rope. His 007s, if you will. Get him right in the 00s.
Nice.
Yeah. And also another new feature of this James Bond is Daniel Craig is actually British.
Yes.
Which is good. Because every other Bond were, I think, only him and Lazenby were British, I believe. Connery was Scottish.
Yeah.
Roger Moore is, I think Roger Moore's English.
Yeah, I believe so.
Dalton's also English. I think Brosnan's Irish.
Yeah.
Brosnan's Irish. George Lazenby is Australian. And Sean Connery's Scottish. So,
I mean, they're all kind of, close.
Yeah, I suppose there's a look to James Bond, isn't there?
Yes,
There's a definite look. When you
there is.
think James Bond, there's a look to him, isn't there?
Oh, definitely.
Well, I think for most people, that look is Daniel Craig's look.
Yeah.
But when we discuss James Bond, and especially modern take on James Bond, you've got to think Daniel Craig. You're thinking Daniel Craig, you're thinking Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, which was a more of a spiritual sequel, I suppose.
Yeah.
To Casino Royale, because it brings back some other characters. It focuses on the loss of Vesper Lind, and a loss that actually follows Bond throughout all of his films, to be honest. Because she's seen in Skyfall briefly, and she's in the next one, Spectre, as like an image or whatever.
Yeah.
But so's M actually from Skyfall as well. Because spoilers again, M dies in Skyfall, and her memory stays with Bond through Spectre.
I mean, maybe we'll see some more of that.
And we'll see some more of that, and we'll see some more of the new M, Ralph Fiennes as the new M from Spectre into No Time to Die.
Yep. And then we end up recasting him again.
Yeah, and then we'll recast him. Well, I don't know. Some people, I think Daniel Craig's had his tenure.
Yeah.
You know, he's come out. He said all this stuff that he'd rather slit his wrists and walk on broken glass than do another James Bond film. I think it's tired him out, poor man.
Yeah,
I think he needs a bit of a break. He needs someone else to come in. He's had a very good run. You know, he's beat people up in a bathroom, drowned them in a sink, that type of thing. He's done that amazing the parkour chase at the start of Casino Royale is great. There's this one bit where he's chasing this bomb maker through Africa, and they go to this construction site, right? And this bomb maker is really agile. Like he's jumping around pillars, he's jumping over ledges and stuff. He jumps off this really high wall, and then Bond just busts through the wall. He just makes real short work of it. He just busts through the wall, keeps on running.
Yeah,
that's amazing, I think. And again, it brings up the whole new cast. It brings in things that go from film to film. What do you think of that? What do you think of a continual narrative in your Bond films? Do you like a solo Bond adventure, or do you like Bond films that carry?
I like if it's the same person playing Bond. I'm fine if it carries.
Really?
But if the Bond actor changes, then I'd be more inclined to prefer it if the people around him changed as well.
Right, okay. Well, obviously, there's like 7 different Blofelds.
Yeah.
Isn't there? There's obviously 7 different Blofelds. The one that we, of course, know is Christoph Waltz. But the very famous Blofeld is from... the very famous image of Blofeld is, the bald man with the white cat.
Yeah.
I forget the actor that played him, damn me, but I should probably know better.
Yes.
Still, anyway, what do you think of a continual recast of Bond, especially after No Time to Die? Because we know that Daniel Craig will be going away. So who will be stepping in?
I think it makes sense if Daniel Craig's going.
Donald Pleasance, that was the name of the first man that played
Blofeld. I think if Craig's going, it only makes sense for the next Bond to have at least mainly, well, the majority of the cast around him as different people, because it just helps. It helps it separate the new Bond from the old Bond. It's like a whole new, like, section.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, already looking at the cast of No Time to Die,
yeah,
I don't really see anyone that could stand out as our new Bond.
No.
We of course have a few new characters joining us, apart from the regular favourites. Naomi Harris is back as Moneypenny. Ben Whishaw as Q. Christoph Waltz is coming back again as Blofeld.
Yeah.
Léa Seydoux as Madeline Swan. And new villain Mr. Safin
Yes.
played by Rami Malek. But No Time to Die has been it's been once again plagued with misfortunes. Danny Boyle was originally slated to direct,
Yeah.
but has been replaced by, and I am very sorry if I butcher this name, it's been replaced by Kari Joji Fukunaga.
Sounds about right.
Fukunaga. I
Yeah.
don't know how to pronounce that name. I am very sorry.
I mean,
However, he
solid.
seems like a solid director to me.
Yeah.
We've got Neil Purvis and Robert Wade back again. They are continual screenwriters of the Bond franchise, I believe.
I mean, it's still going to be good.
Yeah. We have Rory Kinnear back again as Bill Tanner, and new characters, Nomi, played by Lashana Lynch, who many people think will be our next Bond. Of course,
Possibly.
the story of this film is Bond's retired, he's gone out of service. We need to bring him back for one last mission.
Yeah,
because they believe they find some connection between Madeline Swan and this new villain.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's an old friend. Old friend comes back.
Yeah, old friend comes back. Old villain comes back.
Oh, is it? Okay, fair enough.
He has to defeat this old threat that's sort of new, that's sort of returned, perhaps. We're seeing the return of Spectre again, the very famous criminal organization from Spectre and from many other Bond films.
Yeah, makes sense.
Especially since they featured so heavily in the last.
Yeah.
In the last film. And with a new villain, of course, brings new possibilities for the Bond franchise. All new possibilities for where he could go, who he could fight, what threats he could face. Still, from Daniel Craig's run, he's had many a interesting villain from Mads Mikkelsen's Le Chiffre to Javier Bardem in Skyfall, who did a great job with Silva, or Da Silva, was that his name?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes, sort of this sort of blonde man who was out to get. He was out for M, I think.
Yeah.
He wasn't out for Bond. He was out for M. Many people have theorized that he was M's son, or M's like child out of wedlock, or something like that.
Yeah.
That had become an agent and that was left to die and was coming back for vengeance, which I think is always an interesting. I think it's always an interesting thing. When we get into our fan castings here, you'll see that my villain is actually very similar to my Bond.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of wanted that parallel.
Okay, interesting.
That sort of parallel that we haven't really seen many times in James Bond. Often he's up against a corporate magnate or an army general or someone like that. Here, I wanted him to be against an equal. Okay. Someone who could just as easily have been cast as James Bond himself.
Okay.
As opposed to who I cast.
Yeah.
But let's go into it here. Let's go into our fan castings of
our picks.
James Bond 26.
Okay.
Who do you want to start with? How do you want to do this, first of all? Do you want to go first with everything, or shall we say who we picked for each?
That's a good point.
What do you think?
I don't know, because if you do it one by one, it makes more sense. But I kind of like the idea of us comparing our picks.
We'll compare our picks. How about that? That'll make for good radio.
Let's compare our picks.
That'll make for good broadcasting. We're going to argue live on Siren Radio.
Second episode, we're going to start arguing.
Second episode, we're already arguing about who's the best, who picked the best.
Good.
Live on Siren Radio, here with the real show.
Right, so what you got?
I'm Murray, he's Corey, and we are picking our picks for Bond 26. Yeah. That rhymes. I like that. I like the sound of that. Picks for Bond 26. So
very good. We'll use that.
We will use that. Let's go for director first.
Okay.
Right, hit me with yours.
I'm already throwing massive curveball.
Right.
David Fincher.
Oh.
Of Seven, Fight Club.
Oh, I'm reeling, Corey.
Many other great films. It will make more sense for further down we go.
Right, go on then. Right, explain to me why David Fincher.
Because I'm taking a new approach to Bond, and I guess a kind of a new genre. And the film I'm kind of going for, he plays, well, a big part in. It's a really good film of his that it'll become evident later on.
Fight Club 7.
7. I'm taking massive inspiration from
7.
in this
Well,
film.
obviously, you're not taking influence from The Social Network, are you?
Nope.
No. Well, David Fincher, a good pick.
Yeah. Well, who you got?
Steve McQueen.
Okay.
Very famous director of 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
Hunger.
Interesting. Okay.
But there was one film that I thought would really gel with what Bond I was trying to do, right?
Okay.
And that film is Widows. Have you seen Widows?
I have not.
Right. It's with Viola Davis and many other successful female actresses that I'm sure are amazing, but I can't name at this moment.
Yeah.
I know that Elizabeth Debicki is in it, and I'm a big fan of hers. Liam Neeson, Michelle Rodriguez, and many other good names. Daniel Kaluuya is in it as well.
Yeah.
As the villain, and Viola Davis shines. It's an amazing performance, and it's a very sort of tense thriller heist film.
Okay.
It's a group of women who lose all of their husbands in a police shootout.
Okay.
So the widows sort of come together to complete the job that their husbands failed to complete.
Mm-hmm.
So they complete the heist their partners were planning.
Very interesting.
Indeed. And that was sort of the film that I would base this Bond on. Not sort of a heist, but sort of an action heisty thriller type thing.
Both our directors have worked with Brad Pitt. That's another interesting point.
Have they?
Yeah.
Is Brad Pitt your Bond?
No, he's not.
Oh,
spoiler.
Come on.
Brad Pitt was in 7, and I believe was in 12 Years a Slave.
I believe he was. We have a connection to Brad Pitt.
We do.
Yeah. Right. Let's move on to writer. Who's going to write your film?
I might butcher this. But I will try and say it. Park Chan-wook.
Park Chan-wook.
Yes.
All right, I'm unfamiliar with Park Chan-wook.
He is a Korean.
Right. He's a Korean man. What has he written?
Now, I'm going to put him in because I believe there was multiple screenwriters for his film. He was, I think, the main one, or played a big part. But the main one is written, and the main one I'm getting inspiration from again is the 2003 hit Old Boy.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrote that, and I believe 2 others wrote that as well. I can't quite remember their names.
Old Boy.
But I'm taking inspiration from Old Boy.
Right. Okay.
I thought, who better than Park Chan-wook?
Than the writer of Old Boy.
Yeah.
So explain what is Old Boy? Explain to me Old Boy.
Old Boy is a film where basically this guy gets kidnapped and has to live 20 years, 25 years in just this one room, and he can't leave the room. It's just this one big room.
Right.
And he has like a TV and nothing else, and for literally about 20 years it's just him going mad in this room, and eventually he tries to escape. He nearly gets out, and then they just let him go.
Fair enough.
They put him in this massive field. He wakes up, and then he's trying to find out why he was in a room. The villain gets shown straight away. You know who it is. But the whole part of the film is you're trying to find out why he put him in a room for like 20 years.
Okay.
It's this weird psychological thing.
It's
really good. It's really good.
I'll say my writer
is
somewhat dissimilar.
Okay.
I've picked Jonathan Nolan, the brother of Christopher Nolan.
Who we mentioned last week.
Yes, we mentioned last week again. He's followed us over here again. The Nolan brothers have followed us over again.
Got some continuity going.
They are. Do they watch this as well? Hi,
maybe.
Chris. Hi, Chrissy.
I'd love that.
Yeah, they will. I only wish. Jonathan Nolan, the writer of The Prestige, Interstellar.
Okay.
He's also was heavily involved in Westworld.
Nice.
If you've watched Westworld, and
I have.
Person of Interest, which he was the showrunner on, which is a show that I liked. I think he also worked with J.J. Abrams on Lost.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a big success from Westworld and The Prestige and Interstellar. Okay. He writes those sort of very intelligent scripts, very enigmatic characters, a lot of mystery.
Okay.
So that's what I want. I think that's a good director writer team.
It is.
But let's skip all this director and writers. That's not what the listeners are here for. They're here for our picks for Bond, aren't they?
Yeah.
So come on, who is your 007?
I've gone for a safe pick, but it will
Right.
become apparent later on.
Right, okay, lay it on me.
But playing my Bond is someone who I'd love to see as Bond. And I don't think he will, because I believe he's mentioned before that he doesn't think he will. So I don't actually think he will. But my pick for Bond is Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again, from Cats from last week.
Again, he's followed us from Cats as well. Hi, Idris. We're with you again. I think Idris Elba was in the running for a while, wasn't he? As Bond. I expect him to be Bond. I was about to say in this very episode, I think Idris Elba could be Bond.
Yeah. Well, I picked him.
He's a very handsome actor. He's very suave and smooth.
Looks good in the suit.
Looks good in a suit. Yeah, he could perfectly be James Bond easily.
Yeah.
I could imagine that in every world. Idris Elba as James Bond.
So who you got? Who is your Bond?
My pick is it's more of a novel, almost from the novel James Bond.
Okay.
You know, a very heroic, very slick Bond. You might not recognise his name, but I'll fill you in if you don't.
Okay.
Mr. Matthew Good.
Matthew Good.
Have you seen Watchmen?
Yes.
Well, he played Ozymandias in Watchmen. And
okay.
He was also in The Imitation Game. He was in Downton Abbey.
Okay, right, yes. It's The Imitation Game that I know him from.
Yes. Once again, like Idris, he's suave, he's handsome, he's 6'2", he's tall. He's got that sort of tall, dark, handsome look of James Bond.
He's
41.
We have another connection.
Do we?
Because someone I've picked later on was from The Imitation Game.
Oh, really? Damn. Well, he's
Not
41. Idris is 48, so that's similar ages.
Yeah.
I reckon they could both do it. I think they're pretty solid picks.
Yeah.
Right. But with every James Bond, with every 007, we need a Bond girl.
Yeah.
So who is your Bond girl?
This is my weakest pick.
Right.
It will make sense story-wise.
Okay.
This is my weakest pick.
Right.
In my version of Bond, there will be a Bond girl technically, but she does not feature in the film much.
Right.
Because I've literally just picked Idris Elba's wife.
You've picked Idris Elba's wife?
Because I want him to be more of a bit of a family man in this film.
Right, okay.
So he's got a partner.
Right.
And I thought, okay, well, she's not going to be in the film much. Right. So why not pick his wife, who's a model, I believe.
She's Sabrina Elba?
Yes.
Yes, that's her.
Yep. Yeah, because then it's a real thing. There's a real connection there.
Right.
On screen for a bit. So that's my pick for the Bond.
He's a family man Bond, is he?
Bond partner.
Right, okay.
I don't know if they're wife or just partners. I don't know.
Fair enough.
As in the film. In real life, they're married, but...
Right, of course. My Bond girl, a little bit more feisty, a little bit more emotional.
Okay.
Very heartwarming, courageous. An American, but it's not unheard of. I have picked one Deborah Ann Woll.
Okay.
From Daredevil, True Blood.
Nice.
She's played that sort of intuitive character before. She has very astounding range if you've seen Daredevil.
I have.
She can turn on a dime, be very scary, be very intense, but she can also be very vulnerable.
Nice.
I think that's what I need with my Bond girl. My Bond girl will definitely be in the film more.
Nice.
I haven't imagined a role for her, but I'm sure she can play anything from an assassin to a tech expert to a socialite.
Yeah.
I'm sure she could pull it off. So that's my pick, Deborah Ann Woll as my Bond girl. Also,
nice.
she's come out and said that she's very lacking in work recently since Daredevil was cancelled.
Ooh.
So I think she could make a resurgence almost with this. Yeah. Right, let's go on to the MI6 regulars.
Okay.
No, we're talking M. We're talking Q.
Q.
We're talking Miss Moneypenny. We're talking Bill Tanner.
Yeah.
So let's start off with M, shall we?
Okay.
Who is your M?
Again, I'm making another 7 connection.
Right.
My M is Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Not a common pick.
No.
No.
Again, it will make more sense.
It will make more sense.
It will
Right.
make more
Okay.
sense.
You've got David Fincher. You've got
Morgan
Freeman.
I have not got Brad Pitt. I nearly did put Brad Pitt, but
Oh,
I
well,
thought that's too much of a 7 connection.
He's got a respected voice, a commanding voice.
He has. That's also kind of why I picked him.
He'd look good. I think he's a figure of authority.
Yes.
Morgan Freeman.
I wanted someone a bit older.
Yeah, a bit older.
Yeah, and obviously Morgan Freeman is quite. He's not old, but he's you know.
He could still have that the attitude that M needs.
Yes.
I think
exactly.
He could have the attitude that M needs. He's still in work. He's 83. He's still in work, and I think he could do M.
I think he could.
Now, my M.
Your M.
Yes. Again, I'm going for sort of almost a resurgence of a classic M.
Okay.
I've gone with Jared Harris.
Okay.
From
nice.
Chernobyl, most recently.
Yep.
The Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes
films. Yeah.
He played Moriarty in the sequel. A very respected British actor. He's got a very commanding presence again. He's able to give Bond, stick. He could have even been. I had a slight thought that he could have been a former 00 agent, perhaps.
I could see that.
So he'd be able to sympathise with Bond.
I could see that.
Yeah, it could have been a former agent himself. So he's able to perhaps, maybe get in the field, do a bit of fighting, or maybe even just sit behind the desk and brief Bond on his mission.
Yeah.
He has a very experienced look. He looks very wise.
He did. It's a solid pick.
Solid pick. You too for Morgan Freeman, I think. Again, he has that look of wisdom, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman. You look like he knows some stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly. He's been there.
Now let's go to M's right-hand man.
Yep.
Bill Tanner, the chief of staff at MI6. Who is your Bill Tanner?
This is where the Imitation Game comes in.
Does it?
Yep. It's the obvious one from the Imitation Game as well. I've picked Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch, a big actor to say in a supporting role as an MI6 regular.
Yeah.
Really, Benedict Cumberbatch. Why have you chosen Benedict?
Because, again, this will make a bit more sense, but there's 2 reasons. One, because there's someone else in this film that's connected to him, and they kind of always appear. But as well, I think he has that similar thing. He has the smart, kind of elegance to him, but he can play a more serious kind of role if he's
more serious role. Yeah, I think he deserves to be in a Bond film as well, doesn't he?
He does. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. He wouldn't be Bond, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was someone else on a higher role.
I wouldn't be surprised if he turns up in a Bond film at some point.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
He's got to be. He's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, exactly.
My Bill Tanner.
Your Bill Tanner, yeah.
Is. I thought that we need a bit of comedy relief. We need someone to lift the air, give us a few jokes, classic British wit.
Yeah.
So I've gone with Eddie Marsan.
Oh.
If you know him.
Yes.
From The Gentleman, The World's End.
Very nice.
He often plays a supporting role, but I think he's a solid choice.
Good pick.
He's always a good performance.
Yeah.
He needs to be in a Bond film. He's been working for over 25 years. Never been in a Bond film. I think he'll be the light comedy relief. He can still do serious.
Yeah.
He can still be a bit funny, a bit jokey. I think we need something to lift the air, and I've gone with Eddie Marsan as Bill Tanner.
Nice. Very good pick.
However, every James Bond needs their tech, needs the gadgets.
Yes.
And the man that provides that is usually Q.
The
man or the woman, whoever.
Yes.
So who is your Q?
This is where my comedy relief comes in.
Right, okay.
I have gone for someone who I know can play this almost grouchy kind of old
Grouchy.
character.
You're going for the sort of Llewellyn style, Desmond Llewellyn style classic Q, are you?
Yeah, I'm going for grouchy, kind of older character. Doesn't really want to be interrupted. He knows what he's on about.
Yeah,
But can be funny, can be comedy.
very gruff.
And yes, and that is the wonderful David Jason of Only Fools and
David
Horses
Jason,
fame.
really?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because you also may be sensing a link here.
Right.
Jason, Cumberbatch, Morgan Freeman have all played detectives as well.
They have all played detectives.
Seven.
Played Frost.
Frost, Seven, and
Sherlock.
Yep. Oh, and Idris Elba.
Yes, Idris Elba as well from Luther.
Yep.
These are all very, very distinguished detective actors.
Exactly.
I think David Jason is a very good. I could imagine him as Q almost.
Yeah.
You know, tinkering with something. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
giving a bit of slack to Bond.
Yeah, he's got the older, but he's got the comedy. He has the British.
Yeah, he's got the
British
comedy from Open All Hours and obviously Only Fools on Horses. He's got that. He's got that in his lineage. So I think he'd do great for that. Almost at a parallel.
Yeah.
It is shocking how similar I've gone. I've gone with the very respected and very loved Bill Nye.
Nice.
As my Q.
Nice.
From Love Actually, Hot Fuzz, Hitchhiker's Guide.
You've gone for an actual smart person.
Yeah, an actual smart person. Well, David Jason, I assume, is a very smart person.
He is. He's very intelligent, but he's not like scientific intelligence.
Bill Nye is, I think, a very smart person. He'll bring some veteran talent to the field. He's able to play that sort of doddering Llewellyn classic style Q. He will not go out into the field. Neither of our Qs will, I think.
I was actually going to pick Rowan Atkinson. Because, again, he's a bit older.
He has been in a Bond film before.
Yeah, and also he's similar to Bill Nye. He's got it's like an engineering degree, I think, or something.
Yeah.
But no, I thought I'd go David Jason instead.
But no, my Q will not go out into the field. He will stay in the lab where he's useful. He might be with them, perhaps, behind the desk or whatever. He'll give Bond the gadgets. He'll explain to him how they work.
Very smart.
Here's the hat that turns into a Subudio table. That type of thing. Here's the jam trousers or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Q he'll stick him up with the gadgets, give him all he needs, and give him the car. The car's very important.
Very smart.
Yeah, always returned in one piece. It's never returned in one piece. It's returned in pieces. But still, with every Q, with every M, we need the secretary, Miss Moneypenny.
Yep.
Now played brilliantly very recently by Naomi Harris. But have we casted someone who's similar? Have we casted someone who's dissimilar?
Different.
Who have you picked for your Miss Moneypenny?
Very different.
Right. Okay.
And again, this will make more sense. I've gone for I had two in mind, and I was kind of going backwards and forwards because I couldn't decide what kind of what way I wanted to go.
Right.
Per se. I've decided to go with, to the surprise of many, probably, Helena Bonham Carter.
Helena Bonham Carter?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she could do it. She's a very leading lady status. I'm not sure how she'd do with. I'm not sure how she'd do with that. With that supporting role, but I'm sure she could pull it off.
It'll make sense when.
Right. Okay. It'll make sense. You're saying that a lot, Corey.
Yes.
I'm very worried for the prospects of.
When all this film is put together, trust me, the wheels will start turning.
Right. My Moneypenny.
Yeah.
Little younger.
Okay.
A little fresher, very hot right now. Is Nathalie Emmanuel.
Nice.
If you're familiar with her from Game of Thrones, Fast and Furious. She's known to play supporting roles. She's got a lot of life, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of intelligence as well, very witty. She'll add a very unique flavour to the role. She'd benefit from probably a good script, and I want that ideal scene of the over the desk, back and forth, flirting / banter with Bond himself.
Fair enough.
We want some of that. That's my ideal scene from this Moneypenny, I think.
Okay.
But no Bond is complete without a set of villains.
Mm.
To the bad guys, our antagonists. Let's work our way up.
Okay.
Let's start with our henchman, then our
Henchman.
secondary villain, then our main villain.
Okay.
Who is your but you're going to join the likes of famous henchmen's Odd Job, Knick Knack, Jaws.
So I'm going for, again, complete curveball. But will make sense. I'm going Scottish. I believe he's Scottish. Keeping it UK.
Right.
I'm going for a man that you would think when you think UK. In fact, I answered your question earlier when you asked me what do you think of. I think UK. I mentioned Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, right?
With a former Doctor Who actor.
Right.
I'm going with David Tennant.
As your henchman?
Yep.
Again, a very big role for this.
Yep.
A very big actor, David Tennant himself.
When I say David Tennant, I'm going for what is his?
He could almost be Bond.
I'm going for the Harry Potter, David Tennant.
Oh, really? A sort of very unhinged character.
Because it's
very mad
similar to him that he has a small role in them films. He does
have a small role. He's Bob something, I don't know.
I can't remember his name. It's really bothering me.
He's something Junior. I can't remember.
He is. He's the guy from Running Force and Horses is Barty Crouch. Barty Crouch Jr.
Barty Crouch Jr. Yeah, that's the one.
Got it. Got there in the end.
Still, I think he's a very respected actor. He could do it.
He is.
A henchman role. Not too sure about that one, but I suppose if he has that if he plays sort of insane manic character, perhaps. I don't see him being a henchman. I could even see him as the main villain. I could see him as Bond. My henchman. Yeah. You think Jaws. You think Odd Job. Big guys. I've gone with probably one of the biggest guys in Hollywood.
Okay.
Very famous from Creed 2. Have you seen Creed 2?
I have. I think I know who you're going to say now.
I've gone with Florian Munteanu.
Yeah.
The German boxer / bodybuilder.
Yeah.
He's played Ivan Drago's son.
Yes.
He's a huge man.
Yeah.
He's a massive wall of muscle and man.
He's a big boy.
He's a very big boy. He could do the shouting, raging menace, or he could do the silent killer.
Yes.
Almost like Dave Bautista in Inspector. Like Jaws, Dave Bautista, that type of thing. Every henchman's got like their gimmick. I don't know what this guy's gimmick can be. I don't know. He's got knives for. Wait, no, that's Jaws. Jaws had knives for teeth.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. He's got.
That's why he's my favourite.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe he's got like a metal arm or something.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Something cool like that. Something that able to give him the advantage when he's fighting Bond. Apart from just being a huge man.
Yeah, so it's being massive.
Yeah, I've gone with Florian Munteanu. I think he could do it. He was in Creed 2. A lot of success from that. He could be the big guy to beat up Bond. Outsmarted perhaps in the end. Anyway, let's go to our secondary Bond villain. This will probably be my curveball.
Okay.
So I'll go first.
Oh, okay. Switching it up.
I'll go first, my curveball.
Okay.
Letitia Wright.
Okay.
Letitia Wright from Black Mirror, Black Panther, Humans.
Yeah.
I've gone with her because I thought, first off, we need an extra female villain in there. I was thinking the greats, Xenia Top. There was that. What film was it where they had the main villain was a female? Oh, I can't remember. There was a Bond film where the main villain was a woman.
Yeah.
But this one we have a secondary Bond villain is indeed Letitia Wright. She again plays a lot of intelligent characters. She's very cool.
Yeah.
She's got a very coolness to her. I think she can be very funny. She can be a little bit of light comic relief as well, but she can also be very sympathetic.
Yeah.
I think my ideal world, she'd remain out the action and she'd outsmart Bond with skill or technology.
Yeah.
We've not really had a villains that don't rely on brute force. A lot of villains, rely on big plans, a lot of muscle. Yeah. These villains, I can almost imagine them as almost very sort of rebel cell type things.
Yeah.
Could outsmart Bond with technology, with like tech, with cameras, with that type of thing. That's
sense.
why I've gone for Letitia Wright as my secondary Bond villain.
Okay.
What about you? Who's your
secondary? I have gone for someone again, big name as most of them,
right?
which again will make sense. Mr. Again, also Harry Potter, technically.
Right.
Mr. Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
This is a big cast.
I'm going again for more of a twisted kind of
style. You're
of
pulling
Johnny
out
Depp.
a lot of big stops here.
I am.
Idris Elba, Morgan Freeman, David Tennant, and now Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
You're pulling out a lot of the stops here.
I am.
You've really the budget of this film will be spectacular. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but
I can tell you that, my friend.
They can afford it.
I'm sure they can. But now we have our main villain.
The villain.
Notice I've not touched on Johnny Depp because there's a lot to touch on.
There is.
We could spend a whole episode talking about Johnny Depp, but I think he speaks for himself, doesn't he? He could do a villain. He could do a Bond villain if done right. I'm picturing sort of the slick, suave secondary Bond villain, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But for our main Bond villain, I will let you go first.
So this is where it will make more sense with.
This is where it all comes together.
For the most part, yeah, with the kind of the weird twisted side. So I thought, okay, I've got Tennant, I've got Depp. They're playing kind of these twisted characters, and I was like, okay, who is in my head when I think of one of the great actors who can really play a twisted sort of
manic villain? You want a crazy man?
Yeah. And I thought, I know who could do that. So I've picked, in my opinion,
I'm in bated breath.
The best actor going.
I'm at the edge of my seat.
Character. I've gone for an American.
Right.
As the villain. Mr. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Wow. Okay.
Obviously, Venom 2.
Currently, Venom 2 isn't the first one I'd pick when thinking of Woody Harrelson's amazing villains. But
no. Natural Born Killers was going to be the one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the first one I was going to say as well. Natural Born Killers is what we need. Is what I think of when I think of a Woody Harrelson villain. I think that's what we need to think about. We need to think about Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, I'm going for Ruthless.
Ruthless, yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
Hunger Games, Zombieland.
Yes.
True Detective.
Yes.
That's what we sort of need, I think. But I like that. Woody Harrelson. I could definitely see Woody Harrelson as Woody Harrelson versus Idris Elba is something I want to see.
I think it'd be good.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. Now, I'm going to say my Bond villain, and you'll think, well, he could have easily been Bond.
Okay.
I've gone for a man that's had a long story career. Again, he's another person that should have been in a Bond film by now.
Yeah.
A long storied career. He's English.
Okay.
Got a deep baritone voice is what I need. He's a physical match for Bond, definitely. He's definitely intimidating, much like his henchman. I've gone for Mr. Richard Armitage from The Hobbit, very famously, and Hannibal as well. I think he's my perfect villain. I think.
Nice.
He's the same height as Matthew Good. He's a little bit older. He definitely has the looks to rival Bond.
Yeah.
I think I want an equal. I want an equal to face Bond.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to face on his first outing. As his first outing as Bond, you have to think about this. He shouldn't immediately reach the top of the organization.
No.
He shouldn't go straight to Blofeld. No way. He should face someone that he could realistically take down. I think an equal, someone like Richard Armitage, could really fit the bill for that. I'm thinking a very intelligent, a very intimidating, imposing villain. Richard Armitage is an intense man.
Yeah.
In The Hobbit, in Hannibal, he can be very scary and have a lot of authority. So I think Richard Armitage is my main villain. Is my chef's kiss, my perfect pick. I'm very proud of that. He's almost like an anti-James Bond.
Yeah.
He's someone more menacing.
Yeah,
I want a
yeah.
menacing James Bond almost as my villain. Like James Bond again, he's a very powerful person. You know,
Yeah.
he can do a lot.
Yeah, you can.
He's got a lot of skills, but what if those skills were turned against everyone he cared about? That's what I'm thinking with Richard Armitage. I'm thinking with an anti-James Bond.
That makes sense.
Almost like a bizarro James Bond, a reverse.
Yeah.
That was my thoughts.
That makes
Still, the
sense.
theme.
Yes.
We need a good theme.
We do.
And who is doing your theme?
I have 2 for a good reason.
Well, you need one.
There's a reason for this. So, I'll quickly explain it. I want one theme to come out before, like normal Bond stuff, before a Bond film comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I want that to be done by Muse.
Right.
And I want it to be a normal rock, get you pumped up.
Right, okay.
You're thinking, oh yeah, a lot of action, a lot of whatever.
Yeah, Muse are good at that. Muse are good at that.
But I don't want, and this is where it makes sense. I don't want the name of the song that Muse do to be the name of the Bond film.
Right.
There's a reason for this. So that comes out before. Then the Bond film comes out. And then at the end of the Bond film, I want another song to play.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want the Bond film to be this weird psychological thing and whatnot.
Right,
so,
yes.
I want the end credit song to be a song by Nine Inch Nails.
Right, okay.
Which also have a connection to Seven, because they did the intro song.
Yes, they did.
And I want the Nine Inch Nails song to have the name of the film in it.
Right, okay.
So I want Muse to almost be like a red herring. So people think that's the James Bond song. It comes out, it's got James Bond in the music video.
Well, what plays during the intro then?
Muse.
Muse, okay.
Muse is at the start, so everyone goes, that is the James Bond song.
Right.
Then they watch the film, get this massive curveball of a story, and then the actual song plays at the end.
Well, I'll tell you who's doing my theme.
Who is doing your theme?
Want to guess?
Is it Muse?
It's Muse, yeah. It's
nice.
Because I'm such a big fan of The Resistance and Black Holes and Revelations and Supremacy and Absolution. I thought Muse would be the best pick.
They would.
They're rock, they're heavy, they've got a lot of bass, a lot of backing vocals. That's it.
I like how that's the one we agree on.
Yeah, Muse is the only one we agree on. That's
Muse,
my theme.
It's not even my actual theme. It's my red herring, but
no, Nine Inch Nails is a rare pick, but I think
it is. I'm going for that Seven thing.
Right. Okay.
My story of Bond, makes more sense for that kind of.
Okay.
Gritty.
Well, it almost leads into our weekly rec. Because all those picks, you can decide on them at home. You can think who made the best pick, who's got the best pick for Bond, who's got the best pick for the villain, who's got the best pick for the theme. However, the weekly rec this week, in line with James Bond, is something that would have been a Bond theme itself. It's not a film. It's not a piece of television. It's music. It's something I want you to listen to. And it is Spectre by Radiohead.
Nice.
Now, that is my weekly rec. And
very nice.
Thank you very much. I'm a big fan of Radiohead. I love Exit Music for a Film. I love OK Computer and In Rainbows and Creep and Comma Police. And I'm a big Radiohead fan anyway. And initially I heard they were doing the music for Spectre. I thought, oh God, amazing. Spectre's, supposed to be the final film of Daniel Craig's James Bond.
Yeah.
It's a great band to bow out with, Radiohead. However, unfortunately, it didn't come to be.
Okay.
The song was deemed apparently too depressing.
Okay, well, it'll fit with my one then.
And yeah, it was apparently deemed too depressing, a Spectre by Radiohead, and they went for Sam Smith's Writing on the Wall.
Nice.
Now, I'm not a fan of Sam Smith.
No, my.
And neither am I a fan of that song. Because one, it replaced Radiohead.
Yeah.
And two, I don't think it fits with the film. And if you wanted a depressing song, why did you come to Radiohead?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, if you didn't want a depressing song, why did you come to Radiohead?
Yeah.
Because all they do is depressing songs, or sad or melancholy songs. You don't walk into a bar and not order a drink.
Yeah.
It's like you don't go to Radiohead and not ask them for a depressing song.
Yeah.
What are you expecting, almost, Bond producers? But I don't think they listen to this. But that is my weekly rec for this week. It's my weekly rec this week, and I've chosen Spectre by Radiohead. It's free as well. They made it completely free on Spotify and YouTube and whatever you listen to your music on, because they knew they're not going to get any money off it.
Yeah.
So they made it completely free for everyone to listen to. So go out there, get Spectre by Radiohead. Also, it actually has the name of the film.
Yeah.
I know it's this weird trend that people do where they make their Bond themes not the title of the film. Like You Know My Name and Writing on the Wall.
Yeah.
But I think Spectre is the best thing.
Fair
and
enough.
How many reels would I give it? What is my reel rating for this week's weekly rec? 8.
Nice.
8 reels. It's amazing. I would give it 9. The only reason I don't give it 9 is because it didn't make the film.
Fair enough.
That's the only reason. But we've had a packed show today.
We have.
Corey, it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed this time with you very much. Next week, classic Bond.
Classics.
We're going to go in. We're going to do Goldfinger. We're going to do Roger Moore Bond, Sean Connery Bond, and all the others. We're going to do We're going to discuss real classic Bond. A few more segments are going to come back, and a few more special surprises along the way. Here at Siren Radio, this is The Real Show. This is Murray signing off with Corey. Goodbye. And the next song you'll be listening to will be Adele with Skyfall. The best way to sign off for today. Thank you.